What a unit these Dolphins have. What a squad. You got a nice offense. Not much going on here, honestly. They're really, really, really awful, but they have a lot of heart, and they've won a couple games this year, and it makes you go, wow, these guys can really play some ball. And then they got embarrassed by the Giants with Eli Manning coming back. And now I'm a Giants fan. Eli's, he's awesome. Was he ever the best quarterback in the NFL? Surely not. Was he ever remotely close? No. But he's like a cult hero, and he's memeable, and he's all these things. And the Dolphins came out, and they're like, "You thought we were not the Dolphins? Well, we are. We're terrible." And today, it's going to be our aim to rebuild them in a realistic way, and all that means is we're using the 2020 draft class pretty much. Let's go ahead and break down this non-roster of undrafted free agents and has-beens and never was. If you guys are new here, would appreciate hitting that subscribe button. Maybe even like the video. Usually it could be like, oh, like the video, but maybe subscribe. You please subscribe. And then if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you can... I don't know what that motion meant. Oh, let's go ahead and jump in. So as I record this, it hasn't flipped over to the next week yet. So the Dolphins actually beat the Giants in this one, 13-7, in what I'm sure was a thrilling game. And now, in back-to-back weeks, the Dolphins face another tough game. Immense competition in the 1-13 Cincinnati Bengals. You couldn't pay me to watch that. You definitely could, but I wouldn't like it. When you look at the roster, though, we'll take a look. There isn't much here. I think pretty much all of their expressions, most specifically Kalen Ballage's expression, really tells you what it's like to be a Dolphin, and boy, is he terrible. Devontae Parker's here. We got Jakeem Grant, the speedster, Albert Wilson, Alan Hearns, who's on a big contract, Preston Williams. And now it's interesting to be the Dolphins, because if you guys are big followers of the channel, you know that I have a Dolphins franchise series where we actually play all the games, and we're in season 4 or whatever that. This is going to be a lot more expedited, clearly. But it's weird because, a lot of familiar faces that we've actually used. Most of the offensive line's gone. Julian Davenport, Michael Dieter, Daniel Kilgore, Danny Isadora, and Jesse Davis. Not exactly good offensive line. Evan Boehm, Jamarcus Webb there. It isn't good. Durham Smythe, Clive Walford, Mike Gesicki. Not a great tight end group. Gesicki's pretty good. I think we'll go with Rosen over Fitzpatrick just because of the star development. Maybe there's something there that we can develop defensively. They got Bobby McCain playing free safety. They have Adrian Colbert, I guess. I didn't even know that. Rashad Jones at strong safety. Eric Rowe. Taco Charlton. Vince Beagle. It's not good. Jerome Baker should be a higher overall than 73. He's being cheated. But Raekwon McMillan is here, star development. Someone to build around for sure. Christian Wilkins, Devon Godshaw. John Jenkins. They have Avery Moss. I don't even know. How did they get some of these players? I don't even remember any of this happening. They got Xavier Howard, Aqib Talib, Cordrea Tankersley, Nick Needham's out here. It is an interesting team. And by interesting, I mean it is dog shit. This is one of the worst teams even imaginable. It is so terrible. They have Jake Rudock on the practice squad. We're going to go ahead and load in the draft class. If you guys are going to use tickets to anything, and Lord, I hope to God it's not a Bengals, Dolphins, or Giants game, go ahead and use code BENGAL on SeatGeek. Save yourself $20. And let's go ahead and get into this pain and suffering and turn this team around. Aqib Talib, who I don't know why that trade was a thing, but they have Aqib Talib now. I don't know. Where even is he? Did he just retire? We went to re-sign him, and he's like, fuck that noise. I'm out of here. He's literally gone. He retired. I don't blame him. That's the right decision. Aqib Talib got out of here stat. Do I really want to re-sign anybody? Like Matt Hawk, maybe the punter. And that's pretty much it. I can't believe Aqib Talib just dipped. I've never seen that before. But yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It's the Dolphins. This team is horrific. This would be the top grossing horror movie of 2019 or 2020. You just show the 2019 highlights in theaters. It's X-rated. It's beyond R. It's just people watching. It's terrible. And it's accurate. Now, what do we want to do here? Justin Simmons, I'm in on. 26 years old, superstar development. Let's bring him in. Is he Bobby McCain? No, but thank God he's not. He might actually be good. Okay, so in free agency, we brought in Kendall Fuller. This is quite reminiscent of Dolphins franchise, and Justin Simmons. So now the defense is starting to come together a little bit as our secondary starting to get some star power in Kendall Fuller, and maybe even some superstar power in Justin Simmons. That's a development joke. That one, not too good. I get it. We did not get Kareem Hunt. That's a real kick in the nuts, huh? Really wanted to bring him in. Fifth-year options. The answer is no. Charles Harris? Yeah, the answer is most definitely no. No, he's terrible. We're not going to go ahead and pick that up. What a bust. These Dolphins, not too good. Show me another guy I don't want. Taco Charlton, which they wouldn't even have as fifth. Oh, I did not. No. I don't want it. No. Yeah. I almost screwed up and brought him back, but no. I don't even think the Dolphins would have his fifth-year option. Why would anyone do that? He's so bad. All right, pick at number 5 overall. We'll see what's there. We have 3 first-round picks. Better bring in some talent as Tristan Wirfs goes to the Lions. Do we take a quarterback? We should. Should we take Justin Herbert? This would be my first time having him. I think we're going to do it. That sounds, I didn't like that. But we're going to take Justin Herbert here. In the case that Tua falls because of his injury, Justin Herbert to the Miami Dolphins. 27 in the class. We took him at 5, but he's a quarterback. We're going to have to take him if we want him. He's got star development or better. Good throw power, good accuracy. Herbert's a good player who's a little bit wild at times. He's like white Jameis Winston. And was there a need to say that he's white? We all know that. But I could just say, he plays like Jameis Winston sometimes. But I chose to go all out. Let's go running back here. I think I've taken DeAndre Swift before. I might go Jonathan Taylor. That just might be a little bit more fun. Yeah, I took DeAndre Swift with the Bucks, but here is CeeDee Lamb, who I did not even notice. I'm going to take CeeDee Lamb, actually. 76 overall, star or better development. Yeah, this draft could be amazing for the Dolphins. You never know. Wide receiver, not the highest priority on this list, but CeeDee Lamb is a monster. 76 overall, star or better development. 15 in the class. We took him at 18. He is a beast. And then we pick at number 23, where I definitely could go running back if I wanted to. I don't think I'm going to because they last on the board. So I might go with Tyler Biadasz and take a good offensive lineman. Welcome to the team, Tyler Biadasz, 74 overall, star or better development. Yeah, they definitely added new faces, man. That has not been in the game. Strength is a little bit low, but the blocking is there, and that is a good addition to our line. And in the second round, hopefully the good running backs are still available as we continue to have just a ridiculous class, and they are. J.K. Dobbins is here too, although I think Jonathan Taylor is going to be the best move. Let's go with Jonathan Taylor. 77 overall, ranked number 9 in the class. We took him at 37, star or better development. When you have all these draft picks, you're going to get some beasts, and Jonathan Taylor certainly falls into that category. Now, the only bad part about this as a YouTube content creator is I can't put everybody's name in the title and thumbnail. So this is going to be Justin Herbert's video, unfortunately. Henry Ruggs is here too. Do we just go all out? Do we keep Jonathan Grenard in Florida from Gainesville to Miami? We need so many positions. I've already taken receiver. I'm not going to take Henry Ruggs. I know he's a beast. I'm going to go Jonathan Grenard. 72 overall, normal development. I don't know what we have here. Number 55 in the class. We took him at 60. 83 tackling, 81 speed. I think we've taken Jonathan Grenard fairly recently just because he's a newer addition to the draft class. Not a whole lot to work with there. But we'll see what we do. Round 3, this can be our last pick. Henry Ruggs should be the pick, but I take him like every time. Let's go Yetur Gross-Matos instead. 72 overall, also normal development. Ranked number 61 in the class. We took him at number 69. Nice. But that's going to do it for this draft, and I will simulate to the end. Really, really good draft for us. We got so many talented players, and that'll happen when you have 3 first-round picks. A lot of potential here for the Dolphins to improve a ton going into 2020. A lot of money, a lot of picks. Prime location in Miami, Florida. It's not a tough sell for the most part. CPU also drafted Robert Hunt at a Louisiana college, who is not a real player, but has a super low amount. Does he have like superstar development? His XP to get up is so low. I sound almost like Christopher Walken there. So low. Like, it's weak, but it was a little bit was my point. He's going to start at left tackle, I guess. Michael Dieter, Tyler Biadasz, Brad Meeker, I want to say. Bryce. Jesse Davis. It's still a terrible offensive line, but the addition of CeeDee Lamb is huge. He's going to be our number one. Why not? Also probably play him in the slot just to get most targets. Justin Herbert over Josh Rosen. Got Jonathan Taylor. A lot of potential on offense. And then defensively, Taco's terrible. We're going to go... Do we play 4-3 in this, or do we stay 3-4? It doesn't really matter at this point. We'll keep it the way it is for now. This is just a season that we're going to go through to get to the next one, really. Just because, yeah, this team's ass. Still. Mid-season mark, we are 2-5, which is better than I expected. The Jets are only 1-6. Devontae Parker is here in free agency. Well, he'll be a free agent, I should say. I don't know yet. Devon Godshaw I'd like to bring back. Raekwon McMillan I'd like to bring back. Devontae Parker I probably should. He's about to the age of regression in Madden. We still have so much money where we can swing it. He'll progress a little bit before regressing in like 2 years. Raekwon McMillan, definitely want to bring back. He's going to be here for the duration of the rebuild. We'll even stretch it out to 6 years. Big contract for Raekwon as he returns. And then Albert Wilson, absolutely not. Or more like absolutely not. I'm as upset about you guys are as that one. I was not good. I am ashamed. Let's bring in Devon Godshaw, though. 5-year deal for him. He is back. And the rest are terrible. Oh, man. I'm so surprised we didn't make the playoffs. 3-13. Who could have seen that one coming? It was almost like this team's terrible. We'll take a look at the stats, though, and see just how terrible they were. Oh, Herbert was unimaginably bad. We had the worst offense in the game. He was horrific. Rushing Jonathan Taylor was awful. Just nothing went well at all. CeeDee Lamb was the lone bright spot, kinda. Raekwon McMillan had a good season. We'll take that away from it. The defense was awful in almost every way. We had some interceptions, forced a few turnovers. I would be shocked to see any type of awards here other than it being rigged. Awards are rigged towards you, like for Rookie of the Year, 100%. I will not believe anything else. If Jacoby Brissett wins Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Isaiah Simmons, Raekwon McMillan at 3, really. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Joe Burrow. We had 2, 3, and 4. If we had any type of okay numbers, we would have won, but we didn't. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Isaiah Simmons. Your Turgros Matos with a nothing season at number 2. Jonathan Grenard, I don't even know if he played, at number 5. I'm getting out of Dolphins' offensive playbook as soon as possible. We're going to the Colts, just coming off the Colts rebuild. That playbook was so amazing. CeeDee Lamb was Superstar X Factor, by the way. Jonathan Taylor was Superstar. Justin Herbert with Superstar. Yeah, so we did all right. Pretty good draft. Defensively, did we take anybody? No, all normal development. Okay. So, yeah, Albert Wilson, no way. We're just not going to bring back anybody. I am staying true to that. It's like nobody developed into a beast, and it's like, oh, how could I not bring back Taco Charlton? I would rather actually go out to a taco truck in the street, and I would get more value for my buck than bringing in Taco Charlton, without question. Devontae Parker has regressed, so I'm already regretting that contract. Sick. And then defensively, any development changes? No. Oh, nope, your Turgros Matos actually went up to star. Rashad Jones has regressed to a 69. Now, where I normally might say nice, I would say that's terrible. I don't want you on the team anymore, but your penalty is too much to cut you. So I'm not going to be doing that. Still have a lot of money. I mean, who wants to come play for the Dolphins? Nobody? Myles Garrett? Oh, okay. Made a lot of offers, and we got 2 of them. I lowballed everyone. I only made offers on guys where no one has made an offer on them. And we got Marshawn Lattimore and John Johnson the third. The defense is coming together. Also, if your last name is Johnson and your parents name you John, they don't care about you. That's a fact. Because there's no less of an effort name. That's, you go to the hospital, unless you were born in like a bathtub or some shit, and they're like, it pops out, what do we name it? It's like, what's your last name? Johnson? Just he's a son of Johnson, John's son. Name him John. And you go, that's a great idea. How can that be a thing that's happened? If your last name is Johnson and your parents name you John, they don't give a fuck about you. It's a fact. So I'm sorry to be the guy to tell you, Johnson. But it's a little lazy, in my opinion. And we brought in Myles Garrett as well. Huge free agent class, but we have a lot of money. We had to actually, no, we're not going to pick up the fifth-year option on Josh Rosen. But, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, we had a lot of money, and no one was even trying to go after some of these guys. Why would we not make our team amazing? We got to spend that money. It's not like we got to re-sign anybody. They all suck. We're just going to let them all go. Now, we are probably going to transition to a 4-3 based on some of these developments. Matos, left end. Garrett, right end. Christian Wilkins, Devon Godshaw up the middle. Then we have Raekwon McMillan, Jerome Baker, and you know what? Jonathan Grenard can play on the outside. 3 good cornerbacks. Kendall Fuller, of course, will be in the nickel. Xavier Howard will be our 2. This is a good team, actually, because now Andrew Van Ginkel's not going to start, which is excellent news. It's the best news I could have ever gotten. So we have the number 1 overall pick. That's very fun. Also have another first-round pick at number 26 overall. Could trade down, and I likely should, at least to number 2, unless there's some all-world prospect available at number 1, and there doesn't appear to be. 2 first-round left guards in the 7th. I'm in. The Raiders are offering me a package for trading down from 1 to 5. I pick up a first next year from them and a second this year, and I am in on that. Don't really mind trading down to 5 at all. I think the team is weak. We could use some more picks, and there's no one that I really need so badly in that top 5 that's not worth trading down to get. Jason Abbott's pretty good, but we don't really need him so much. This Jermichael Pope fella seems to be a very good player out of Buffalo. Last time a player rose up draft boards as an edge rusher from Buffalo, turned out pretty well in Khalil Mack. He's a very good player, so that could be the move. Keon Starks looks like he could be a good player, although we don't really have like a middle-of-the-road pick in the first round, so I might even trade down farther, I should say, and that could be the move. I wonder if anyone has 2 first-round picks. I would doubt it. All right, big trade inbound. Josh Rosen is on his way out. Had to trade him. As we have Justin Herbert, we don't really need him. Trading number 26 overall and a second at number 37 overall for 2 first-round picks from the Jaguars. So we're going to have back-to-back drafts with, what's that number after 2? Jeez. We're going to have more than 2 first-rounders. I think I'm going to go Jermichael Pope at 5. He's a 77 overall. Number 4 in the class. We took him at number 5. And he's wearing that jersey number 69. Nice. I see you, Jermichael Pope. Pope John Paul V. 84 speed, 82 finesse moves, 82 strength. Did I say 82 speed? Am I blind? I think I'm at 84. I don't know. Not really a reader or a writer or a math guy. I think I'm stupid. But that is a good pick. I do know that. I can draft in Madden pretty well. As we were here at number 13 as a Yale receiver went. Okay. No. Let's go Keon Starks. Looks like a beast out of Oregon. He is a 78 overall, number 1 in the class. We took him at 13. Only normal development, unfortunately, but he's unbelievably talented and nice run block finesse. Dude, we got the 69s coming out in a big way here. So you know I'm immature and stupid. I think 69 is hilarious. Somewhat. Nah, a lot. 92 strength, 83 run block, 85 pass block finesse, 85 impact blocking. Really, really good player. Just wish he was having star development or something like that. That'd be nice. So I'm in between 2 guys. We got one of the more dangerous last names I've seen, where if you look quickly, you're going to be in rough shape. Or we got Nathan Johns out of Clemson. Now, we don't need really a safety too badly, but he's pretty good. He looks really, really talented. Now, here's the thing. Why would we take him? I'm thinking out loud. We have a good defense. Defensive tackle is a little weak, maybe. We're improving the offensive line. We could move John Johnson to linebacker. We could move the safety to linebacker. He's 6'3", like 210. Defensive tackle is not a huge need. We've taken edge in this class. Our defense is shaping up to be amazing. There's just nobody worth taking on offense in this class, but that defensive tackle could be available later. I think I'm going to take the safety. He could play linebacker. 6'3", 205, run support style. Let's take him. Nathan Johns, a.k.a. Isaiah Simmons, pretty much. A little bit lighter, but he's pretty good. 75 overall, number 9 in the class. We took him at 16. Star or better development, 91 speed, 71 zone, 71 tackle, 85 hit power, 92 excel, 78 awareness. Block shed's not terrible. He could definitely play linebacker for us if we wanted him to. And if that defensive tackle is available at the top of the second round, which I highly doubt, that's probably going to be my pick. Although, again, like, very, very highly doubt he's going to be available. And he is not. Let's take Michael Woodward out of Florida State. He's an edge rusher. Looks pretty good. He's got high tackle and high pursuit. Leads me to believe he can play off the ball. I don't know what our defense is going to be. We're just stacking amazing defensive players. And Michael Woodward is one of them. Number 13 in the class. We took him at 33. Star or better development. Another thing people have been saying is that, like, one arm is star development, 2 is superstar X factor, or one arm is superstar, excuse me, and then nothing is, or arms cross is star. That hasn't been a thing since the first month of the game. They fixed that. They patched that. That doesn't exist anymore. So he's not superstar X factor more than likely. But he's a good player. I don't really know what we're going to do. We have a lot of options for players, and I think we're going to take a lot of offensive line to finish out the rest of the draft. I have all offensive linemen on my board here, and I think we don't really need to take these second round projected guys. I think we can just go. We'll just go one for one off the draft board. I think I'm going to trade back just the second round pick, and then in 3, 4, 5, I'll take these 3 players. So let's go ahead and move down from this pick and pick up. I mean, hopefully a first rounder next year. For what purpose? I don't know. But it's nice to have one. We don't need it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Trading a second round pick and Jonathan Grenard. That frees up a spot for us for a first and a third from the Vikings. Again, yeah, a little bit unrealistic to trade players a little bit, just based on the fact that player trades are a little bit more rare, especially in the draft. But whatever. We're having a good time. It's the Dolphins, dude. I've been shooting the shit all rebuild. Cecil Hanna is going to be the pick here. 73 overall, only normal development, ranked number 18 in the class. We took him at 65. Not a bad player. He's definitely going to come in and start just because our offensive line is so awful. But, not an amazing pick. Just because, his development isn't star or better, which is that's what I want. We're not going to get it. The next 2 picks are going to be 2 offensive linemen. They're all going to have normal. I would guarantee it. Rashawn Red has normal. First round talent. I think it said 31. If it didn't, sue me. I don't care. It was probably close enough, or it was correct. So either way, who cares? Next pick is going to be offensive line again. Jeffrey McGriff out of East Carolina. 71 overall, number 28 in the class. We took him at 129. Over 100 picks after his value. He's like okay or whatever, only normal dev. We're going to rearrange all those guys to start probably just because, again, our offensive line is so terrible. We're going to make it work. So the team is so weird for Season 3. I've arranged it in a very odd way. CeeDee Lamb is Moss, by the way, in case you cared about his Superstar X Factor ability. Defensively, I've moved Myles Garrett inside to play defensive tackle. I think his size and speed is going to be an extreme mismatch at that position. And +1 speed, there you go. Up to 86 speed. Couldn't find it. 6'4", 262. He's undersized for the position, but he's also going to be unbelievable. I've moved Johns to right outside linebacker, which is 74 overall. Pope and Woodard are going to be left and right edge. Those end spots playing the edge. They're also going to be our rush ends. Johns as our sub linebacker. Kendall Fuller in the slot. This team could either be like amazing and shock the world or terrible, and I'd be like, that makes sense. Midseason mark. We are 3-4. It's major improvement because we only won 3 games all of the previous season. So these are good things. Mike Gesicki is an impending free agent. Our defense should end up being unbelievably good in like a year or two. Also, that was like diarrhea out of my mouth. I couldn't just say unbelievably good. I did it again a little bit. Unbelievably. Am I drunk right now? What's going on? I couldn't say unbelievably good. It was like unbelievably good. It's like, can you open your mouth when you speak so people can understand you? You think I'd be doing this for long enough that I'd be able to... What is happening right now? I can't even... The joke is over. The joke is actually me not being able to speak as Gesicki comes back, Jerome Baker's back. This isn't Dolphins franchise. I don't really need Preston Williams, if I'm being honest. Jason Sanders I'll bring back, though. We're not running low on money, but it is something I'm thinking about. Show me not star development for these players, please. Offensively, of course, it's only star and superstar. But defensively, Pope has superstar X Factor. He's the only one who has higher than star, but guess what? He has superstar X Factor. I'm in. I'm so in. I'm going to upgrade the team and then see you guys for the playoffs, which we probably won't make, but maybe. Maybe we do. Ooh, we didn't make the playoffs. But we went 8-8. We almost did. The Patriots tied in a game, and that was the difference between us making the playoffs and not maybe. Our offense was better. Justin Herbert was top 5 in touchdowns. I will take that. I will take that all day. Rushing. Jonathan Taylor is starting to get it together a little bit. Maybe also Jakeem Grant, slot receiver, way too many touches. CeeDee Lamb's got to probably be in that role. We need to improve. We need a big-time receiver. How'd this defense look? Myles Garrett was really, really good from defensive tackle. I like it. Our rush ends, not so good. They didn't really do much. They combined for 10 sacks. That's no good. Interceptions, Marshawn Lattimore with 2 led the way. We're getting there. Zeke wins MVP. Okay, I could see that happening. AFC Offensive Player of the Year is Lamar Jackson. Justin Herbert 10. Defensive Player of the Year, Von Miller. No Dolphins. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Stuart Garland. Did we even draft anyone? A lot of defense. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Nathan Johns, the outside linebacker. Pope at 2. Woodward at 3. The only one I didn't really want to win it was Pope, just because he's already superstar X Factor. There's nowhere to go. There's no reason for him to win it other than the XP boost. There's no real potential to get upgraded at that point. So we're going to simulate to the offseason. I don't really think we need to re-sign anybody. We can get a better receiver in free agency than Preston Williams. So let's go ahead and do that. Any development increases? Looks doubtful. Defensively, though, John's got up to superstar. There we go. That's good. Oh, did I change to a 3-4? Is that why numbers were so odd? I didn't mean to. Ooh, so I lowballed DJ Chark, and we managed to bring him in. So that's a good receiver. However, he only has normal development, but he is an 85 overall. So it looks terrible, but it's a good addition. So now we have 3 pretty good receivers, which is an improvement. Defensively, we're coming along nicely. Actually looking to be in a 4-3 this time. I could trade Yetur Gross-Matos if I wanted to. I know people are not going to like me, like, oh, you drafted him only to draft other guys over him. Whatever. I wish Jerome Baker got a development increase at some point. That would have been nice. We still need offensive line, kinda. We really just need to develop the team. I think that's really where we are. It's going to be interesting to see what is in the draft. This won't be the final season more than likely. So we still need to manage the cap a little bit. And we're going to bring Christian Wilkins back. Dude's name is Nate Tate. I haven't been this pissed off at a name since I saw John Johnson, the 3rd. I didn't even say that was the 3rd time that it had happened. All right, pick at number 12 overall. Have to see what's available. I think there's a good chance we just go offensive line again just because we need it. Dakota Rose looks all right. We're going to add him to the board. I thought I almost drafted him. I was like, what the fuck? So I don't know. This is kind of a weak draft in general. There are some really good offensive linemen available, so I think I'll just take decent. We'll start with Dakota Rose. He is a 75 overall, number 11 in the class. We took him at number 12, only normal development, but pretty good. Next, we're going to come out back at 15 and take another offensive lineman. That's really the one area we need to improve. I had tight ends on my board, but I simulated 12, and 3 tight ends were gone. And those were the best tight ends in the draft. So what do you want me to do? Kirby Sellers is up next. He is a 77 overall, number 5 in the class. We took him at 15, also normal development, but quite good. He'll probably start. And when I say probably, he will definitely start. I can't see anybody starting over him. Let's take a defensive tackle because I don't have enough of those. Paul Lowe. There we go. Number 6 in the class, took him at 25. Star, better development. He's a 76 overall, 88 strength, 81 power move. 80 speed. He's well-rounded. I don't know what I'm doing with this team. It seems like we're just going best player available and developing because my defensive line is so crowded that Myles Garrett plays defensive tackle. I don't know either. I have no clue what I'm doing. He's Sideman. Why not? 71 overall, but star or better development. I don't know what to do with you. I don't. Your overall says no, but your development says give me a shot, and I might. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing drafting a Dakota Rose. It sounds like a cheap-ass porn star or a hooker. I shouldn't have done that. I'm going to look to trade him. This is going to be probably an unrealistic trade coming in here. I don't care. I just signed Christian Wilkins. I need to clear up some space on the D-line. I have so many players. So many players. I'm going to get a big receiver. Tyler Boyd with the Bengals, I guess, was an option. Cardinals. Christian Kirk could be a good development player at this point. I saw him, but I went down 87 overall. That might be the guy. That's a little boring, but it could be the guy. Give me Julio Jones. Nope. 49ers, do you have anybody of interest? George Kittle at tight end could be a big get, actually. Ooh, that could be huge, actually. I would do this all day. Big tight end. Boom, George Kittle. Okay. If unrealistic trades happen in the next couple trades, you can cry in the comments. I'm doing them. George Kittle to the Dolphins. We get first rounder Dakota Rose and your Turgros Matos for George Kittle. What an addition to our team. I still need wide receiver, though. I still have a ton of offensive linemen. None of them are even that good. This is the team. I tried to make a trade for a big receiver. It just wasn't going to happen. And then defensively, things are all over the place. This is one of the weirder rebuilds I've done, but I've had a great time in this. I feel like just making jokes and building the squad. Things have been good. Can't complain. I like where I am. Team's pretty good. It's not great, but it's pretty good. I think this team could actually find some success. Call me crazy. We are 5-1-1. We have shit our way through to the other side. We're actually good now. It's unbelievable. But you better believe it because it's happened. Bobby McCain is our top priority free agent, which is how I know that no one is worth re-signing if Bobby McCain is the top guy. And maybe he's a nice fella. He's out of here. Who are we going to re-sign out of these guys? Nobody. I'm so happy. That's always the best to see when I just see everybody and I go, oh, that's not going to do it all. And I just let them go. I simulate to the playoffs. We're going to make the playoffs. We're going to win the Super Bowl. We're going to get out of here. You're going to subscribe if you haven't already. You're going to like the video. You're going to donate money to me so I can pay child support. Ooh, first round bye. We'll go ahead and upgrade the team here. A lot of success going on. It's always nice. 12-3-1. We're nasty. Our offense was pretty good. I guess a lot of that had to do with Jonathan Taylor. Having good 35 touchdowns to 2 picks, Herbert. Go off. Rushing Jonathan Taylor. Go off. Almost 1,400 yards, 13 touchdowns. 4.3 per carry. Receiving. CeeDee Lamb, 1,100 yards on 90 catches, 16 touchdowns. George Kittle had 9 touchdowns. These numbers are nasty. I'm loving it. Defensively, Nathan Johns leads the team in tackles. Also had 6 sacks and a pick. 5 tackles for loss. 13 for Jermichael Pope, who also had 12.5 sacks. Led the team. 8.5 for Myles Garrett. 6.5 for Michael Woodward. Interceptions, 4 for Marshawn Lattimore, who I forgot was on the team. But that's good for a corner. If you don't ever notice them, they're doing a great job. Because you're like, oh, they haven't been thrown at in 8 games. I'll take that. NFL MVP is Russell Wilson. Justin Herbert at 7. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Jacoby Brissett. Justin Herbert at 4. Defensive Player of the Year, C.J. Mosley. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Joe Page. We got Freddie Hamilton at 3. Who could forget him? Shaquem Butler. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Adam Lake. Paul Lowe just missed it. 80 overall, though. Rashad Blanton at 8. I don't know what's going on with him. But, yeah. Our team's kind of disgusting now. We got a lot of depth, and we're finally just going off. I'm excited to see Lowe's overall. Sideman has superstar dev. Let's go. Excellent work. CeeDee Lamb's playing up to a 92, and it's only a +2 morale boost, so he has 90 abilities now. In and out elite and double move elite. So I hope we get to jump in, because this would be really fun to play with. Lowe only has a star, but he's already higher than Christian Wilkins. Devon Godshaw, of course. We started him because if he had better development, of course that's a move. Pope has 88 overall he's up to, so that's very nice to see. Yeah, this team is really, really good. I think we're going to do another season after this just because I'm having a blast, and we don't have to re-sign anybody, so we can just have an off-season and crush it. Also, we might crush the playoffs. I don't know. If we win the Super Bowl, who knows? We got a matchup in the divisional against the 10-6 Chiefs to advance the conference championship. We don't. We lose by a field goal. All right, we'll do another season. Anyone worth re-signing? Yeah, no, not at all. I'm loving it. How much money do I have? We're going to go all out. If anyone's good in free agency, they're as good as on the team. How much money? 10 mil. Not a lot. Who's here? Kevin Zeitler. We don't need anybody. Trading a 1, a 2, and a 3, the 1 and the 2 being next year, for a 1 this year, just so we can get in on the fun as Rams take Javier Long, a right end out of Georgia. You mean Chris Long? That seems familiar. Seems really familiar. But here we are at number 20. Who's available? Roy Burbank, the whitest name I've ever heard. That's not true. I say that for like so many different names. Leslie Caver looks really good. Another just lady name. Let's take him. Leslie Caver out of Virginia. He is a 77 overall, number 2 in the class. We took him at 20. Star, better development. Good finesse moves, good speed, good strength, good tackle. Really good player. Where is he going to play? Probably nowhere. That's the answer. And now I pick late in the second, but there's a player I want to get. Good-looking safety, just to be another sick pick. So I'm going to trade everything I have to move up, and that's going to be a 2, a 4, and a 3 next year for a higher second-round pick. Interdivisional trading with the Bills. No, they're not going to do it. What do I have to do to get these picks? They need a defensive tackle. Just take Devon Godshaw. Honestly, like, we're giving him too much value. It doesn't matter. I don't care about this draft. Just take Godshaw in a second. I get number 44 overall, and then hopefully I feel like, no, that safety's going to be gone. He's supposed to go in the 3rd, which means he's going to be gone by the early to mid-second. It's just how that works. Please be available. Please, I beg you. Yeah, oh, no, he's there. Oh, cool. Yeah, you know what it is. He's a baller. He skipped the combine. Says, hey, Roger Goodell, you're a bitch, and I'm not doing it. And we're taking him. Nathan Lashley, 76 overall. Number 5 in the class. We took him at 44. Star or better development, 89 speed, 78 zone, 88 or 81 hit power. Amazing awareness. Yeah, this has probably been my favorite rebuild ever. This is my favorite rebuild of Madden 20 for sure. I'm having a blast. This really is a good time. I feel like I'm actually trying to make jokes this episode, so it's been one of the funnier ones. Sometimes I'll just sit here and we're making the video, but like this one, I'm genuinely having an awesome time. So I hope that that reflects. I hope you guys are having a great time as well. And yes, sir. I don't even know what to do with this team. This isn't even like a realistic rebuild. Like I've made some unrealistic moves. Our offensive line's great. It really is. It looks great. CD Lamb's up to a 90. Jonathan Taylor has superstar X Factor now. Justin Herbert's up near a 90. Again, we could use a sick receiver. I went defense. How do I get these players involved? Like Caver and Lashley, what do they do? Caver's going to start. Why not? And Lashley, how do we get him involved? It's not like we need a nickel cornerback. What is his role going to be? I mean, he could play the nickel. Why not? And then Caver's going to start over Woodward as a rush D tackle. We got to move Myles Garrett back to rush defensive tackle as well. Yeah, I mean, this has been a strange rebuild for position changes and drafting and trades and everything. But again, I think it's been my favorite. So this is the team for the final season. Here's how the defense is going to shape up. Hopefully Caver has awesome development. I almost want to start Lashley over John Johnson just because it's more fun to think about that potential. Jerome Baker didn't develop at all, which was strange. I almost want to play like John Johnson at outside linebacker just because that's ridiculous. I'm playing somebody who's less fit to play outside linebacker at outside linebacker. I want to start Lashley really badly, so he's going to be our nickel cornerback. Hopefully that works. Trying to get everybody involved as much as possible. It's a ridiculous rebuild again. I keep saying that, but I just got to change. Last thing is slot receiver, and then we're going to be good to go. undefeated team. I'm calling it in advance. If I'm wrong, there will be no repercussions at all. No consequences. Yeah, you like how I tried to say repercussions? And I said it like someone who doesn't know English. And I did my best. Like, I read it and I sounded it out. Not good. What's our record? 4-3. So we're not quite undefeated. But the Bills are like, hey, suck my dick. Whatever, Bills. I hate you. They're 7-0. I need to see what the Bills' record is. We'll see them in the playoffs. It's like my big thing. It's like, we'll see you in the playoffs. It's like like you embarrass like the bullies team in sports, and it's like oh yeah, well, wait for the playoffs. We'll see you. We'll see who gets like. There's like a movie or TV. I'm sure there are many where that's happened. I can't name any of them. So I must seem like I'm a crazy person. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Caver only has star. You're so dead to me. Lashley only has star. Another guy that's just dead to me. I hate you. I'm taking him out of the nickel cornerback role. There's no reason for you to be there. I'm upset. Woodward, you're back. Have better than the lowest development that isn't normal. Please. Jerome Baker finally has a development challenge. In the last season, great. Can't wait for you to develop. If he even gets it. Oh, we crushed them. Jerome Baker might have had this. We might have held him to 250 yards or less. It wasn't. No, he didn't. Yeah, you're going to blame it on the play calling? What are you, smoking meth? No, you're wild. We're going to simulate to the playoffs. We might make them. I don't know. We got a decent record. We got potential to do it. Final season. Let's get it going. We are going to miss the playoffs. You've got to be kidding me. We went 8-8. Thanks for watching. Our offense regressed a lot. We have a 90 overall quarterback. Even higher than that now, too. How do we regress so much offensively in one season? I'm like, we finally have it together. No, we don't, actually. Show me Superstar X Factor so I can get real mad. No. But still. How does this team not make the playoffs? 91 overall. Johns is up to Superstar X Factor. Like, this team's sick. We have so much depth, so much talent, and they're like, playoffs? Jim Mora? Like, nah, we'll pass. It's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.